It's Fraser Chesterman, and I'm still at the IPI event in Dusseldorf, and this time I'm with our Futureprint partner, Clive Ayling of Meteor. Clive.
Hi.
Good to see you. Now you're managing director of...
Yes.
Yes,
managing director.
Managing director. We were just discussing...
The Americans call presidents,
yeah,
yes.
exactly. We were just discussing titles. So, Clive, one of the things we're talking about for our Geneva Summit is those kind of topics that are really relevant to the inkjet market at the moment, one of which is innovation. And when I just asked you the question, what have you done in terms of innovation this year, you said, well, there are some challenges in the market. So elucidate on that. Tell us a bit more.
Sure. Innovation is something everyone wants to do, but actually it's when you're forced to do it that it really happens. And you're forced to do it by challenges, to be honest. Sometimes an opportunity, but more often a challenge. The challenge, to state the obvious one, is there's a shortage of raw materials, there's a shortage of electronic chips in particular, and that has caused companies all over the place, not just mine, Meteor, but all companies to innovate. And Meteor has been doing probably more R&D effort than ever before, and certainly the R&D department's working extremely hard just to keep innovating. Now, some of it is perhaps sourcing and things like this, which are perhaps not so innovational, but a lot of it is also how do we do something in a way which we didn't do up till now, because we cannot continue as we do up till now. Any change, any government enforced change, like a war or a shortage or something, creates an environment where you have to innovate just to stay alive, just to keep going. So we've been doing an awful lot of innovation, and we got some new circuits and new programs, if you like, to go on our FPGAs, the chips which our electronics is based on, which have come out of the last 12 months of enforced innovation on us, if you like. So
I'm just interested, obviously, in the fact that there are supply chain issues, and semiconductors are very difficult to get hold of. And there's lots of issues at the moment, aren't there? So how have you managed that? Because obviously you're very much part of that process.
Yes. So obviously I wish I had a crystal ball and was able to manage things better than everyone else. The reality is we manage as well as everyone else, I hope, if I've done my job well and if my colleagues are doing their jobs well. So obviously you place a lot of orders in advance, you take a lot of forward commitment. Mostly you have to do a great deal of innovation to try and work out what you can do with what's available, rather than just sitting around and hoping for the best. So what have we done? A lot of it was done last year, I guess, when the writing was on the wall, the problems were going to happen. But it continues this year. What else could I say?
No, I think you're right. What you're saying is it's just kind of management, forward planning, management of the situation, as you just pointed to. COVID had kind of warned us anyway, hadn't it, that there could be some challenges?
Yeah. Well, I think everyone got to believe that the future was not as predictable as you'd think. We learned that during COVID. My colleagues and friends in China are basically learning it this year, because the restrictions have hit them this year far more than any other year, whereas we've been through that phase of life where you don't know if you're allowed out from one week to the next. So I think living more tentatively and looking for resilience has been something which all of us have learned, personally as well as commercially. Building a plan for resilience, not just for efficiency.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Good to speak to you. Glad that we're here together for first time for a bit of time, and look forward to seeing you in Geneva in about 3 weeks' time. Thanks very much.